Hey, girl, hey!
Hey, girl, hey!
Hey, girl, hey!
I love our enthusiasm. Just totally busted the connection for a second. It's like,
That's what happens
well,
when you're mad.
that is
Don't
what
tell
happens
anyone
when
that
you're
I'm
magic.
Don't tell anyone I'm magic. It's a secret.
Yes, it is the world's biggest secret, in fact. Shh. Shh. Well, welcome back, our friends.
Y'all
We are, as always, just having a time.
Having a time. Oh, I forgot to add my channel. Stupid.
That's what we do. Oh, you'll have to shave it. Save it for later.
Save it for later.
Welcome, our friends. We're back. We're back for another live streamed shenanigans conversation where we have no idea where we're going to go, but we giggle. We have a good time. We draw cards sometimes, and we talk about important stuff. And today we're here.
Similar our decks are.
Aren't these? You're drawing from what's her name?
Rebecca Campbell's Rose Oracle.
This is Rebecca Campbell's Starseed Oracle.
Well, we both picked Rebecca Campbell decks.
We did not coordinate it.
Don't tell anyone. Nothing happening here.
Nothing happening here. So yes, we are back to just chat because spring equinox is coming up and we're both so excited. And I don't know about you. I want to do introductions, but I want to just start with a story.
Oh, we should tell people who we are.
We should tell people who we are.
But to start with your story first.
But I have just, I've been a druid for 18 years now.
Yes.
And this year, not for the first time, but the most powerful time, certainly, I have noticed the weaving of nature with my own life and how it is just this big mirror and this big reciprocal cycle story. And that is the magic that we bring is this deep felt invitation to live in alignment with attunement to what's happening the hell outside your window, what's happening on the earth that you stand on. And that's why I'm just like, I feel it in my life. I want to invite other people to feel this so deeply in their lives because it changes the game.
Well, it's, to use the word, it's liberating.
Liberating.
Right? Like when you connect with the planet and you recognize how intricately woven your life is to the earth, it totally changes the way you operate in the land.
Expansion, major expansion. So yes, Dr. Melissa Bird, PhD, if you would be so kind as to introduce yourself in case people don't know you.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Melissa Bird. I live in Corvallis, Oregon. I'm a descendant of the Shipwits band of Paiutes from Utah. And sometimes I joke, like sometimes I'm like, I was born and raised in Utah, but I'm okay. Good joke. It gets a giggle from people who know. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
And Safrianna and I do an amazing rituals called Seasonal Shenanigans that are all about connecting you with the witch's wheel of the year. And I'm just really happy to be here because I love you and I think you're amazing. I have a master's degree and PhD in social work.
Important.
And I have been practicing policy and advocacy for over 25 years since I got my master's degree. Back in 2001, I started. So,
wow, yeah, you've been at it. You've been building that experience and doing your thing out in the world and being secretly magical. And just in case you don't know me, I'm Safrianna Lughna, the Queer Spirit Guide. I'm a licensed clinical professional counselor, transformational mentor, speaker, CEO, author. I do all the things. I'm a magical unicorn in the world. And I'm a druidic priestess of Brigid. And that has been for a long time, but we're just now really, really stepping into it. I've really realized, along with these cycles of the earth, that I tend to go in 1, 3, and 7-year cycles. And it's very interesting to observe. I invite you all to look at your own cycles alongside nature and see how they go, because it's fun when you really look at it.
You know, that's a thing.
It is.
That's a thing. Yeah.
Like there's the seasonal transitions every year, and then for some reason I get an extra little clunk on the head every 3 years and every 7 years to really look at my shit. And that's one of the things that I always want to help people understand about the benefits of doing seasonal living and like celebrating the holidays is that you have these checkpoints to actually check in with yourself, because in modern society today, right? It's so hustle and grind culture, and we're expected to be in high summer all the time, productive, overflowing, high energy, lots of light, and that is literally just not how it works. It's just
No,
not how it works.
and you know what I love about you bringing that up too is I've been thinking, so I've been watching my garden do what it does in the spring, and it came too early this year. I'm very nervous about how hot this summer is going to be. But I watch my garden, and it reminds me of those slow motion videos where you get to watch a plant come out, like they do under the dirt, and you get to watch this plant come up and then push its way through the dirt and then do what it does to bloom. And I've been thinking a lot about that this particular season of spring, like this idea of how plants continually liberate themselves from the darkness up into the light, and how remarkably stunning it is that is a continual process. And when I think about global warming, and I think about climate change, and I think about all the things that are happening, I remember that the earth has been here for millennia, and she will continue on for millennia more without us.
Without us being the keyword.
Yeah. And I'm really okay with that, because my kids are like, "Mom, this is horrible, and what is our future going to look like?" and all these things. And I'm like, we're the dinosaurs. We're just watching this happen in real time. And you just have to keep living your life with intention, and you have to keep living your life honoring and loving the planet, which is given to us as part of this woven integral way that we are the land. We are of the land. We are not separate and above the land. And to really connect to that is such a beautiful reminder that when we remain present to like these transformations that you're experiencing, that it just keeps us going.
Mm-hmm.
And it can really anchor us and root us into our bodies and our spirits, and really help us move through whatever those external forces that you were talking about earlier have to say.
Yeah, I was giggling over here because literally as I was trying to come up with the name for this yesterday, I was talking to my partner Justin, and I'm like, the seeds under the soil liberate themselves out of the darkness. It was literally like word for word what I was saying to him yesterday.
What a coincidence!
What a coincidence! But that is, that's the symbolism that's here. Like I'm in a stage in my life right now where I feel like the seed, completely new, cracking under the darkness to slowly push up and grow into this new form. And the process of death and rebirth is constant for us humans. We are constantly doing a death and rebirth. And spring is just a physical, tangible reminder of what that looks like in action.
Yeah.
And I just think, like I could talk all day about the symbolism of the season, and the symbolism of the light, and the symbolism of the soil, and the seeds, and the this and the that. Like there's such magical metaphor for you to play with in your own life. What draws you to spring? Is it a particular flower? Is it the birds returning? Is it seeing the light come out? I mean, I had the most magical experience. I think it really was March 1st. I'm pretty sure it was March 1st. I was outside, I was going through all of my own transmutation. I was not having a good life at the moment, right? Like I was in my shadow, and I'm like feeling really down, and it's a nice sunny day out for the first time in ages. It's been so snowy here. And I step out on the porch, and I'm breathing, and I'm soaking up the sun. and this just squad of blue jays comes in. And we have trees, all around, and they're flying from tree to tree and they're squawking. And I'm running back and forth from side to side on the porch, watching them run, fly all around and scream at each other. And then there was another blue jay. I don't know if they were having a turf war or what, but
they were having a moment.
They were having a moment. And I just erupted with joy. Like, it transmuted what I was feeling into, oh my gosh, and spring is here and the birds are singing and they're doing their thing and they're living their lives and I get to live my life too. That's the permission with this and the liberation out of our own darkness.
Well, and that's why I love the spring equinox so much. I'm a big equinox kid. Like, I know we talk a lot about, and I think in general, like in the general community, like in the world, we talk a lot about the solstices. We talk a lot about summer solstice and winter solstice and the light going away and the light coming back. But I love the equinoxes because they are this very liminal space. Like the fall equinox and the spring equinox are my favorite because they give us the opportunity to be in the in-between. I find that spring equinox in particular really gives us these moments that are old and ancient moments that give us an opportunity to be in that in-between space where we realize that it is the planet that guides us. And that's a very deep spiritual place to be. Because it gives us that permission to recognize the aliveness that is happening. I was sitting outside this morning and the birds were just, there was like so many birds just blah, 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 just talking. And I love that for us. I love this moment for us. I feel like it is such a potent and beautiful time where we can be in the in-between and not know everything that's going to what's going to grow. Like, we don't know how it's going to get to its full fruition in the summer. And I just find this to be such a potent moment for that liminal in-betweenness.
Yeah. And I love the rare time of balance between day and night because it gets us to play with the both and a little bit too. And the equinoxes are a great invitation to be in the both and, because there's still this fading that's happening and there's this new life returning. And so being in that reality, I also think one of the things that comes with this season is remembering that it's time to start to plan, to really dream and like start to take those little steps towards action, but we're not in full action yet. And giving ourselves the grace to understand every plan we make won't come to fruition. Every single idea we have is not going to be fulfilled. You can't grow everything. So that's, just like we're literally planning our garden, we're plotting out our seeds. We have more seeds than we could ever plant on our land, right? Like, we have more abundance of stuff we could put out there than we really have the energy for. So we have to decide, what are we going to plant? And understand that we may plant and it might not sprout. It might sprout and then it might get hot and it might die. It might sprout and then we might get a really bad rainstorm and it might get root rot. Like, we don't know, but we still move forward. And that's part of the resilience that nature teaches us, is like looking out in the garden and seeing seeds popping up from last year that we didn't even realize had fallen into the ground, right? Like, unexpected life comes too.
Yeah, and you can't crowd that space either. Like, I think it's also a really good opportunity to let go of you can't bring too much in to life. Like, you have to let go of what doesn't serve you anymore or what's not going to serve the collective anymore. You have to allow yourself to release things so that things can grow without being too crowded. You have to thin stuff out. And that's the other thing I really love about this season, is this opportunity to for the thinning, right? To not overplant, to not overproduce, to not over plan. To be very present to just what you are wanting to grow. And that's what I love about these rituals that we do with people. Like, it's just it's a beautiful space where people come together with a pen and, a notebook, and just are able to come together and engage in prayer and meditation and writing, and really explore the the depths of the faith in what the earth is teaching us, to have faith that once again we will grow, and once again we will expand, and once again we will blossom.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we will see the baby lambs jumping and frolicking, because baby lambs and spring are amazing.
Whenever you get going on the baby lambs, I just can't help but smile.
My favorite part of spring is baby lambs.
All the little baby animals are all so good, but the baby lambs are pretty darn cute.
Special. They are special.
Yeah. So, I think that there's just so much invitation, again, to play with the symbolism in your own life, what calls you forward, but to think about this theme of liberation. The reason this whole conversation came up was actually Dr. Bird and I were having a talk on a Wednesday morning, as we do, and we were checking in with each other. Do we want to schedule some lives? And I'm venting about my personal life, and Dr. Bird's talking about her personal life. And I said something about, like, I am liberated. And Dr. Bird said to me, you need to actually believe that, Safrianna. So we've been working on it.
Yeah.
And part of that is, where are we not liberated? So often it is the places that we have mentally imprisoned ourselves in the standard, quote unquote, the rules, the boxes, the systems that are,
Professionalism.
and they're completely not nature. Like, there's nothing nature based about any of that.
No.
And that's the gift I want to give more people, is that the more you live in alignment with nature, the more your internal satisfaction rises, the more your joy and your willingness to see beauty and to liberate yourself out of circumstances that are against your nature and against nature. And that's how the collective shifts.
Yeah. And I think too, like this real idea of listening to your intuition, like, where are you being compelled toward? Where are you being pulled towards? What are these? I often think of them as like, they're like compulsions. Like, where is your heart being led?
Mm-hmm.
And how are you listening to where your heart is being led? Because when we allow ourselves, last night I did a meet and greet for my congressional campaign, and this little girl was back in the corner drawing the whole time I was talking for 2 hours. And she was back there drawing. At the end, she brought me what she had drawn and gave it to me as a gift. And she said, and she's little, she's like 6, I think. And she hands me this drawing and she said, it's a protest sign. And the whole thing is covered in hearts and butterflies. And I looked at her and I said, the greatest protest is love. The greatest way that we can push up against what we are afraid of is to love. And she said, yeah, love is great. And I said, yes. And so I have this protest sign that's just all butterflies and hearts. And if there's no greater protest than loving ourselves, and I've taught this 1,000 times. I've taught this in activism circles. I've taught this in my own work through the Art of the Graceful Revolution and through Rebel School. When we love with our whole heart ourselves first, when we have compassion for ourselves and our humanity, then we can have love and compassion for other people. And it gives us this framework, this launching pad, this foundation from which to operate in the world. That means that we are, like, Jesus taught us this, and totally bastardized. The core message is always love. Yeah. And if we can just protest with love and use love as that foundational anchor, then when we are entering into these spaces of spring and liminality, then we become liberated out of that space of love and compassion. It's not a fight. It becomes, it's our second nature to I mean, nature is compassionate, even in her rebellion.
And right, and
compassionate.
nature follows natural cycles. It doesn't go out of its way to be cruel. It doesn't go out of its way to to destroy. It just follows its natural cycles. Yes, there's an ecosystem and a food chain and all of that, but it is without the judgment of human ego. And it's
Yeah.
really where when we're in our human ego, we cannot liberate ourselves because we're in that rigidity. And that rigidity just does not serve our highest in the slightest.
I have this, I don't remember where I was talking about this the other day, but I have this vision of like white supremacy and patriarchal structures. And I always see this image in my head of Gollum, like holding onto the edge of the Grand Canyon, like a cartoon almost, like a political cartoon almost. And written on the side of the Grand Canyon is like patriarchy and white supremacy. What happened?
Oh, you flickered in and out for a second. But yes, white supremacy, patriarchy.
And Gollum's like holding on for dear life on the edge of the cliff, like on my precious, like I'm not gonna let it go, And I just think when we release this grip we have on what we think we should be doing, we shoulds, and we just allow ourselves to listen and liberate our hearts and our souls to just listen to that push, that is revolutionary. That is grace. That is moving through what we are facing at this moment. And that's why I love these seasonal shenanigans, is bringing together these groups of people who are just so ready for anchoring into their own ritual through learning and connection, so that they can go out in the world and protest and engage in liberation for the rest of us.
Yes. You can't, the very cliche sayings, you can't pour from an empty cup and you need to put your oxygen mask on first. Like, they're cliche for a reason, because they're also true when it comes to this liberatory work. And yeah, I mean, our little cohort is so great. I love the people that have gathered with us for our seasonal shenanigans, and we want to invite more people in. And so, in case you have not heard of these yet, these are 90-minute rituals every 6.5 weeks. Follow the wheel of the year. So your equinoxes, your solstices, your cross quarter days. And we, as Dr. Bird has already said, you just need a notebook and a pen. There's no fanciness to these. You can do the fancy after or before if you want. You can bring a candle and a crystal to the ritual if you want, but you're not like required to have steps or do specific things. And I think that is like, I love that that's the structure now, because I used to be this stuffy, like 18-step person and have a guide and do all this stuff. And it's like, no, now it's really about the nature. What is nature informing us? What is the nature of our intuition informing us? What is really here outside of the distraction of all of the extra stuff?
Yeah.
Because sometimes it just becomes a performance, not really a felt thing, but like a production. And that's more of what we're liberating ourselves from, is performance and production, because that often comes with extraction. Yeah. And if you've been listening to us for any period of time, you know that's what we talk about, is moving away from extraction and like harming one another.
Yeah.
In our greed, our human ego stuff.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, shall we draw some cards?
Yes.
Our matching Rebecca Campbell cards that are different decks, but the same creator today. I just love our synchronicities. One of my favorite things about our magic together is the synchronicities that end up lining up. Our very, very first seasonal shenanigans ritual together, which was a Lunasa? I'm pretty sure it was right before fall equinox. And it wasn't fall yet, because we both pulled the autumn card from two different decks. Completely different decks.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right.
Well, and I was mad that I pulled the autumn card and I put it back.
And then I pulled
that's not it. Damn it. It's always it. It's always the first card. Always. And I hate it. And it annoys me. And I just, no. But there was the autumn card. And I was like, okay. Okay.
Oh, okay. This is an intriguing card.
Oh. Do you want to go first this time?
Sure, since you're already cackling. All right. The card from the Starseed Oracle is to trust the timing. Time is not running out. Trust the wave that you came in on. It's going to be okay. So, as you are looking ahead this spring to what you are creating, what you're calling in, what you're planning, please don't panic and rush because that's not what nature does. Trust that your timing is exactly what it needs to be and allow the slow emerging to unfold without you forcing it. So, that is the message for this upcoming season.
The wastelands, sustainability, slow down, tend to your garden.
I have to mute myself because I still have an upper respiratory infection and I'm wheezing so bad.
You're fine. Nobody cares. But I want to add this question that Rebecca asked, like in the book, you know, what way of being is no longer sustainable for you? And bringing that into the spring, I think, is so remarkable, right? Also, this sage is popping off. It's really great.
It is.
Releasing what is brittle, right? Because that seed, it needs fertile soil. It needs moist soil. It needs this tending. And so because this is about the wasteland, right? Like what is no longer sustainable? What is not invitational? What is not helping that growth happen? And my friends, we are living in a time of a wasteland, right? With all of the stuff that is exploding, with war, with chaos, with food, with immigration, with all of these things that are happening in the world. The idea of looking at what is no longer sustainable for us and releasing that so that we can grow and tend our garden.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I mean, the double dip there, like slow down.
Slow down.
Slow down. And that is such an important lesson from nature to not rush the process because there's a quote that comes up on my tea wisdom all the time that nature does not rush and yet everything is accomplished. Something like that. And like that, yeah, we need to soak that up. And I think that if we could collectively soak that up, it would make a massive shift. So have faith that you as an individual create that massive shift every time you slow down, every time you lean into nature, every time you say, screw it, I'm not following that silly rule that I need to do this in this way and be up at this certain time and drive my car 2 hours away to commute and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's a slow liberation, but creating the lives that we want to live over time, inspired by what inspires us.
And if you do love that 2-hour commute because you get time alone and you get to listen to your trashy novels on your audiobooks, or you get to listen to all the true crime podcasts you want,
then good.
That's good.
Great.
As long as it feels good.
That is the key. Let it feel good. That's what we need to allow. Let this emergence of spring come with more pleasure and more enjoyment, more play.
Yeah.
We need that.
Yeah. So if you want to join us for Seasonal Shenanigans Spring Equinox, we are doing that on March 21st in the afternoon/evening. It is a Saturday. And it's just really great. It's just really great.
It's just really great. We always send out a replay. And if you sign up for the cohort, you get access to the private cohort community. There is a free heartbeat community that's for everybody. But if you want to come talk specifically about the rituals, please join the cohort and come be a part of our little squad. But yeah, Safrianna.com/seasonal for all those details. And we would love for you to be there. Otherwise, we're always here hanging out with you doing, free live streams and having great conversations and creating content and writing blogs on Substack. So you can connect with us. But if you want to get in a room with us, come join Seasonal Shenanigans.
Yay! Thanks for the lovely magic this morning, Safrianna.
Absolutely. Thank you, as always, for another great conversation. And, we hope that you found inspiration in this, that you can liberate yourself from whatever you need to liberate yourself from, because we all got something, whether it's an old belief, story, relationship, career, situation, whatever it might be. But we believe in you, and we're cheering you on.
Follow your heart.
All right. Until next time, we love you. Bye.